shout out to the Dub. Hey,
watch this.
Hey, number one Dub.
Football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hugs, put it in work, go good. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach Carter still on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay Mack, we be on the scene, rocking the gear, it's so clean. We rise and go easy, off the easy, push easy. When my step is our special gifts, make it fixing so easy. Try to win, we so greedy. All my fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about that club. We do it for the dub. 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 That GF dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That GF dub.
Welcome to the Dub, number one high school podcast starring Pat O'Teasy, Jeremy McInnes, Coach Carr, and Brian Riser.
Well, all right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to the number one talk show. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out.
On to the next round. Salute. Get ready.
Dub salute. Hey.
What is?
What up, my boy? What up?
Salute. What it do? What it do, fellas? What it do? Here is it is Sunday night, man. Yeah, it's Sunday night, man. We trying to get it going on. We back. Took my little vacation. I would call it a recharge, but probably not. So we just probably not, but we back, man. We got, you know what I'm saying, we've been kind of missing, so we back in action, man. We gonna chop it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? We got a few kind of do like a little open topics thing, and we got a couple guests on the panel. We're gonna bring on, talk about little stuff, what we, you know, what our opinions is. But before we bring on the guests, let me holler at my co-host, man. What's happening, B. Ryan? What you been up to?
Oh man, what's up, fellas, man? I've been good, man. Finished school last week. I've just been chilling, man. Yeah, so I told y'all, man, start pretty soon, man. On these Sundays, even maybe Wednesdays, man. I'm gonna start host some of these shows, man. You know, J-Man already gave me the keys, so I already know Pat. He want to see how I do first, man. So say, I'm coming, y'all.
Let's go. Let's go.
You know, for Widow, hey man, give me some of these TV shows, man. Hey man, I'm like, hey, I'm coming.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I guess so. Tuesday slot. Wow.
Tuesday wide open.
It's wide open like so many coaches vacancies.
Hey, that's a bar. That's a bar.
That's a bar for real. That's a bar for real, man. Pat Boteasy, what's going on, man? I know you got back, man. Watching your youngin get his coach on in his first big time spring game. How it go?
Man, it was exciting, man. It felt great to get out of town because I'll be working on the weekends doing all the big youth stuff. But man, I had to escape. See my boy, he invited me out. The D1 level from D2 and D3 and all that is amazing, man. Like D1 stuff is different. Coach Carr can attest to that. They treat you well. They feed you for free. I mean, they had the whole rollout in the gym with the dinner for all the family members of the coaching staff and the players a couple hours before the spring scrim. It was freaking awesome, man. And they rolled out the red carpet. The head coach and everybody came and talked to me personally and stuff. I got to catch up with Coach Ross, with former Lovejoy coach. It was freaking awesome. I actually have an interview from that I'm gonna play on Wednesday night as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coach, before we bring on the guests, man, talk to us. How did that flag go, man? Is my girl still balling?
Yes, sir. They're balling, man. They're making you proud, man. We played Hudson this weekend. We got a 22-0 win, so we're excited about that. The offense picked up a little bit this week, which is good, and defense pitched another shutout. So we're excited, man. Getting ready for the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Hey, man, first topic, man. We had a big weekend. If y'all didn't know, it was the NFL draft, baby. It was the NFL draft, man. And I had to bring my guy on, man, my fellow Cowboy fanatic, Big Tunk. Big
My
Tunk.
boy.
Man, what it do, man? I thought y'all forgot about your boy, man. I ain't
no.
seen y'all all year, baby. What happened, baby?
I see you
I
every
didn't know.
week.
I didn't know you was a real thing. I thought you was fake. I didn't know if you was real or not. We didn't know.
I see him every week, man.
What's going on, family?
What up, my boy?
Hey, man, it's all
up,
good.
man?
It's going down. Then we got our designated coach, the adult in the room for the we got our adult in the room for the night. My guy, man, the homie, Coach White.
Boy,
What
up,
it do,
my
Coach?
boy?
What up? What up?
What up, my boy?
Man, we hanging in there, man. Tom, like I said, we had a big draft. I saw you, Coach White. You was over there with your boy that got drafted this weekend,
Yes, sir, my
man.
boy. Yeah, my boy Damien Martinez.
Yes, sir, man. Was you there for the calling for the whole thing, or you just went by there?
No, I was there. So I was there Friday night and then came back Saturday. He had some rumblings of being drafted on day 2, and so when it happened on Friday, it was like, man, I got to come back and see it through with my guy. And man, that process. I don't know if anybody's ever been to one, just sitting there waiting, to see a young man live his dream out, and you see some guys go off the board, and you're just like, man, this kid they still are not giving this kid his flowers. But the Seahawks, when he made that call was made, you could just feel the roar in the room just like lifted, and everybody was just like, it's only one call. You're just waiting for somebody to call you. And when them Seahawks called, man, it was like, you know what? All right, he back on the West Coast where he started at Oregon State. He'll be running that Y zone like he did his first 2 years. And so, man, I'm excited for that kid. Kind of wish he'd have got some more publicity compared to some of these other guys around the state. They got some shout outs. I mean, you look at the kid, he had over 60 touchdowns in high school and over 4,000 yards rushing. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so then he goes to Oregon State for 2 years and then goes to Miami last year and eclipsed 1,000 yards. You playing at the U, you know what I'm saying? I don't know last time we had a big name from Texas go play in Miami, you know what I'm saying? So just being able to be around and be around his family and just see, a kid's life change. Like, as soon as they got the call, I mean, he's doing interview after interview. It's 12's up, Seattle. It's just cool to see a young man live out his dream. So shout out to David Martinez and then Mama Samantha and that whole family, man. That's big for them.
Yes, sir. Well, DFW in Miami, because they had a quarterback that's from Texas. That was,
That's true.
he was kind of good.
He was
just
yeah,
the number
and
one
that was
pick.
his teammate.
Number 1 draft pick.
And that was his teammate.
That was his teammate. Yeah.
His teammate, right?
Hey, shout out to the young man. The Seahawks said they got another beast mode coming, so they kind of comparing him to beast mode.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I also
if you pull up
think,
his,
I think Sharp
highlights
is gonna be on that trading block.
Yeah, if you pull up that man's highlights from high school to college, man, you see it. I mean, he's shiftier than most people think at the size he plays at, man.
Yeah,
And
I was hoping the
that's-
Cowboys get him.
we thought that's what we thought. That's what he had done the 30 visit with them and the Chiefs and the Steelers.
Wow.
Those were the kind of things we were looking at, and so he said like the Seahawks just kind of talked to him at his pro day in Miami. So you didn't think nothing of it, but it all made sense. That's he loves the West Coast. But also shout out to Coach Carr, your boy Underwood. That's the dude that got him right in his early years in high school. Like Underwood,
When they was at Louisville, right?
Yep. Yeah, he got him going, man. So man, shout out to D Underwood over at Mississippi State over there as a strength coach, man. He did his thing.
Yeah. Underwood can go, man. He played running back too, so it
Yep.
probably helped him out a lot. You know what I mean? He played for the Giants too, so he was able to pass that wisdom along, man. It's a beautiful thing for sure.
There is no doubt. There's no doubt.
Hey man, I brought my boy Big Tonka. He gonna give us the lowdown on my Cowboys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my boy.
So Big Tonka, he's a Cowboys fanatic like me, so I had to bring him on. But before we do it though, Tonka, we gotta do it in. We gotta bring it in right. We gotta bring it in right. We gotta bring the Cowboys in right. So before you tell us about this Cowboys draft, in your opinion, you know, we gotta get the mood, we gotta set the mood.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved? Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still involved? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still involved. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still involved. Oh, I'm still them boys. I'm still them boys. Yeah, I'm still them boys. Yeah, I'm still them boys. Call and check on me. Hey.
I just love having Sunday service. Oh, hallelujah.
Oh, yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
Hey, so I got a question. Do you page him? Are you receiving pages, or how does that work?
Yeah, just like that.
What? You are receiving pages, or you paging them? Which one you doing?
Hey man, I'm like him. I'm trying to receive the pages. Check on me.
Okay. All right.
Check on me.
I didn't know you had a beeper, but I got you.
Oh yeah, I got that. I still got an old school BlackBerry.
Motorola two-way pager.
Yeah. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, everything come back in circle. Hey, watch, it's coming back. Everybody be having a beep in a minute.
You might be right. All jokes aside.
That's what I'm saying, man. Everything come back. Yeah, the bell bottoms came back. You know, why can't people's?
You're right. True. That's true.
You know. But talk, man. What you think about my Cowboys draft? I'm saving the hot topic. We gonna get to the hot topic of the draft. But before we get to it, before I get everybody's opinion on it, I need to know what you thought of my Cowboys draft because I'm excited. I like it, but I need your opinion.
I liked it too, man. I'm gonna give him a B+. I'm gonna give him a B+. I ain't gonna be that Cowboys fanatic being biased and give him like an A- or A+. I'm gonna give him a B+. But I think everybody was looking forward to getting Ted McMillan or what's his name, Matthew Golden as the receiver. But you got to see, you know, you just had Zach Martin retire. And you got to see the changes that the Cowboys with the new offensive coordinator with, what's his name, Clayton Adams and Connor Riley, the offensive line coach. They're going away from that zone scheme run. They're going with that power gap run. Down blocks. What else they do with down blocks, combo blocks. So they need that Mauler and Tyler Booker, 6'5", 335. You need that dude in there, man, to replace Zach Martin. Because if you don't, I mean, we stuck. Because you got to think too with Chumail Doga at left tackle last year, he was going down with injuries. Zach went down, so you had like a musical chairs going around with that offensive line. I think they did a hell of a job getting some offensive line in there, getting good quality depth at that.
Yeah. I was pleased with it. Man. I think we're gonna be all right. I think it's obvious what we trying to get back to. Try to get back to the trenches. You know what I'm saying? We drafting on that line, so I like it, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Every time I look, and shout out to our man from Duncanville that got drafted. Is the darn Philadelphia, man? They just draft so good.
Oh man, Big Cam. Shout out to Big Cam, man.
Oh my God, Philadelphia, man. Them dudes can draft. They got it going on. I hate it too. It makes me miserable. But good Lord. You know what I mean?
Them dudes got a last pick of the draft, and they always manage to either it's always a great player that's gonna fall to them, or they GM just knows how to, you know, finesse some picks and get back into the draft and get another good player. I mean, it's just a damn good GM, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Nah,
straight up.
You're right.
Yeah, he's very good, man. But tell me, man, what I saw, Texas You know what I'm saying? Shout out to UT, hook 'em. They had what 12 guys go. We did grab one, the running back Jaden Blue. What you think of what you think of Jaden Blue and the dynamics of that? Because I did like the big boy they got from Clemson. I wish that was Damian Martinez though, but you know we ain't gonna harp on it. But I'm just saying, I did want that.
I wanted Damian too, bro. I think before we get to that, I think man, with Seahawks they got a loaded backfield. And I think, like I was saying earlier, I think Zach Charbonnet, they running back, probably gonna be on the trade block this summer. Watch what I tell you.
Oh, I mean, I'll tell you, when he goes to the rookie mini camp, OTAs, all that, I'm telling you, it's not gonna be a shocker when the people are gonna be praising him because I promise you the dude is hungry. A dude, again, he only had 3 offers coming out of high school. You know what I'm saying? You're talking San Diego State, Georgia Tech, and Oregon State. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make sense. And then before he even touched the football, he was already preseason 3rd team All-American as a freshman coming out of spring. Like, that's unheard of. And then he's freshman Pac-12 player of the year. So it's like, I mean, the dude is just going to set the bar and the standard so high, you know, for himself and the chip on his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, it's not going to be a shocker when the reports are high praise coming from that kid because he's a sponge. I mean, I think he trained with Jonathan Taylor in the offseason down in Miami before he joined the team. So I mean, the mindset he's got is I'm telling you, you're gonna become a Seahawks fan.
I mean, we got Byron Murphy up there too, so you know we got some flavor up there, you know.
Yeah, and also they drafted Arroyo. No, realize Arroyo went to Independence.
So did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, when did Independence have kids like that?
I mean, when did Frisco, other than Lone Star and
I was like, oh, he's right. He's Lone Star, right? And I was like, they said Frisco Independence. I was like, when?
Yeah, I got Frisco messed up, man. Frisco got some ballers. They've been repping in the NFL since Frisco became a thing.
You right?
You know what I'm saying? Like even you gotta think about it. Shoot, the running back that went the first running back pick, he from Frisco.
J.I.
Johnny.
Yeah,
that was
J.I.
Like, I'm talking about let's talk about rank the Frisco schools. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they got kids. They might not be
individual talent.
Yeah, they got a lot of talent up there in Frisco. You know what I'm saying? Now they teams may be you know.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of talent up there.
Shout out to you because he's a hell of a tight end. I think they said like since 1998, the U's had a tight end on the roster every year. Like that's since '98. Like been drafted. Like it's crazy.
That is crazy.
It is crazy.
There's some talent up there, man. Like I see why a lot of people rushing up to Frisco, man. They got good food. It's crime free. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to worry about your people, J Mac. They having a good time up there in Frisco.
You say you're right.
Oh, that though. B-Rod, what you think of the Cowboys?
Anyway. Oh shit. Anyway, my bad. No. I like to pick. Like I said, the first round pick. Being by hit, he only gave up 1 sack in what 3 years? Tom?
Yeah.
2. It was only 2 in like I think it was like 538 snaps or something like that. That's damn impressive.
Yes,
it is.
Yeah, like I said, J-Man, we're trying to get back to the trenches. I think Cowboys will try to be more of a run dominant team next year. I think we're gonna try to take a page out Philly book, and I think we're gonna try to take the ball out of Dak's hand as much as possible.
That's it.
Because I mean, from looking at, we ain't forget on Dak, but it's right now, man. We might have a third best quarterback in the damn division.
On the cool.
But that's
and the highest paid in the league.
And the highest paid too. The highest paid, the third best in the division, man. That's Cowboys play.
That's tough. That's tough.
Anyway, that's the pick. But I like him. I like the running back from UT. Even though I'm an OU fan, but man, I'm gonna tell you, I give us a B plus.
Yeah.
A solid B.
I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do, man. Like, I don't know really much about this Connor Raleigh coach that came from Kansas State, but I know they ran like that power gap run scheme up there at Kansas State. And that's where they center, Cowboys rookie center last year, Cooper Beebe came from. So I think I'm curious to see what they're gonna do this year.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm excited. I'm excited. Pat, what did you even get a chance to watch the drive? You was out there eating free and
you was out there
you was out there shaking hands
Hey.
and kissing babies and everything else.
meeting former and current pro players and stuff. But hey, I think like everybody said, I love the first round pick of Tyler Booker. You had to get your replacement and get your line going. You got the whole Tylers. We got to come up with a nickname for the group of Tylers on there. I ain't never seen so many black people with the name Tyler in my life. But the other thing I love the DN, the edge from Boston College, 16 sacks, bro, and you going in the second round and you got like 24 sacks or something in the last 2 years. That's crazy work. So I think you need somebody on that other side to help out Parsons. And then my last thing is Jaden Blue. I think you possibly got an Alvin Kamara kid on this team. If they use him like Alvin Kamara down in New Orleans, I think you got something there.
Yeah.
Hey, Cowboys got to steal with Donovan Izaraku, aka Easy E. That's what
I like that DN from Boston
like
College.
That's what
and Willow, I can ask you
Easy E.
about this, Willow. I can ask you about this, Willow. New Jersey got some hidden gems, though.
Yeah, they got some ballers up there too, man. It's little pockets around the country where they got some ballers, right? So up in New Jersey, that little area, man, you got it. But see, keep in mind when they talk about New Jersey, that's also Philly. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
okay.
you kind of get that little area that encompasses New Jersey as well. So, but no, it's some talent up there, man. It's some talent everywhere, man. I always tell people, we always say Texas has the best football, and it does. But talent-wise, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, like Michigan, for an example. There are a lot of good football players, and I think what people kind of don't realize is, as much as the SEC gets the good football players and they get drafted, if you look at states like Ohio State, Michigan, things like that, those players get drafted at a high rate because over 90% of the football teams play in cold weather.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't play in warm weather teams. You know what I mean? Like, you have very few of those. So the majority of the teams are all East Coast, Midwest teams. So you get a lot of that cold weather team. So they tend to draft from like your Ohio States, your Michigans, and then you get your superior athletes from Georgia and down south. But it's talent everywhere, J-Mac. It really is.
Yeah, ain't no doubt, man. That kind of like, they always look at that now, especially since you came back and from talking to you always say stuff like that. And now, like when I'm watching college football and like, even with you, if you say a part of a country, you be like, yeah, man, you be surprised. Like, we talking about St. Louis and you like, man, it's some ballers in there, man. You be surprised. Like,
well, and you know what's another shocking is that big kid that went to Arkansas that's from Texas County, Pleasant Grove. He got drafted in the third round. You know what I mean? Exactly. And that's Texas, but I'm saying, if you look at a whole holistically, and Wanuka's right, Cali got crazy ballers. Like, if you look, you want to know what the running back state is? It's California.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about where the great running backs are from, they're from Cali.
Yeah, quarterbacks too at first. Anyway,
well, Texas have been taking that mantle. You know what I mean?
Texas.
And we got
our
we got our fair share of running backs. So I'm not saying that, but if you look at some of the greats, they are from Cali. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So it's football players everywhere,
like
man.
That's true.
Ricky Williams. You know what I mean? Ricky Williams. You got to think about Reggie Bush. You got to think about Rashawn Salam. You got to think about Marcus Allen. You know what I'm saying? Napoleon Kaufman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of, and it's Charles White.
Yeah.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like it's a lot that you got to be like, oh, okay, yeah, Cali, and then it'd be something that you wouldn't even think were from Cali. You know,
Yeah.
but it's great, man. I love it. I love football, man. It's beautiful.
Hey, and shout out Matt Step just put this. I like that. Shout out to the 31 kids from Texas.
Absolutely.
They got drafted, man. And in
dope.
particular, DFW, man. Shamar Turner, I remember coaching him when he was 8 years old with the DeSoto Dolphins, man. Shout out to Southlake. They had 2 kids go in the draft this past weekend.
How do you feel about Quinn Ayers, man? You think
I'm sad,
they got
dog.
still at 7 or you think he
you know
should
what?
stay? So that's where that NIL.
He should have took that $8 million deal from somebody.
So you remember J-Mac, you remember when we had this conversation we had last week, and I was like, man, if you're a quarterback in college, you're more valuable as in college as a mediocre quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm not saying a great quarterback. As a mediocre quarterback, you're more valuable in college and as you are as a rookie going into the NFL.
That's true.
No doubt. Carson Beck got $4 million from Miami.
He making more than the quarterbacks are going in what, 3rd, 4th round?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and that's in 1 year, coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't leave my bag. I'm gonna be honest. Like if I'm in college, I'm not leaving until I exhaust that money. All that money gonna go and get got. You know what I'm saying?
This would have been the year. This would have been the year. This would have been a year to stay because the quarterback. It wasn't going to be that many quarterbacks taken early, just because every franchise team is kind of set. You know what I'm saying? Like, they done ran. I'm just going to hang out. They got $8 million on the table, and
they ran. Go ahead. I'm sorry, coach.
Go ahead, coach.
No, I'm just saying, like $8 million on the table. Knowing that my shoulder injury could drop me some rounds just because you getting hit by DNs moving at that velocity and that speed, so you may be done in one hit. But come back in the 26th draft, it may look different. You may be a 2nd or 3rd round pick, in Texas. But I think with everything that was going on, probably the pressure for him having to leave because Archie Manning's time, and maybe he just him and his camp just said they felt like they took their shot on the draft, which I don't know.
He was already getting a meal at Ohio State, right? Yeah. So for me, in this draft, unless coming out of high school, college now, as a quarterback, unless you are a unanimous top 5 pick, it doesn't make any sense to come out because your value in college is a lot higher than it is than it is for the NFL.
Yeah.
Because there's way more teams that can say, hey, I need a quarterback. A team that can go get a Quinn Ewers that played in the playoffs 2 years in a row, a national championship game, you know what I'm saying? To me, that kid has way more value. So there are a lot of people that want to pay that $4 or $5 million for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I.e. Oregon.
Yeah. Because they say that $8 million was coming from Notre Dame.
See what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So I go get that money. Go ahead.
But think about Notre Dame. They don't have no revenue sharing. They get to keep all their money. That $20 million. They get to keep that all in house. They don't have to share with nobody else. So they can go out and go get the top recruit in the portal easily. It's nothing for them to do that. So shout out to him for taking.
Yeah.
No, but I will say this about the Quinn Ewers thing. I thought he landed in the best spot possible.
Yeah,
I like him over in Miami. I like him in Miami.
He's a concussion away from playing.
Easy.
Right.
And he was an offensive guy. Like, say what we want about McDonald and how he dressed and how he be looking, but dude, no offense.
That's logic.
Let me ask you though, J-Mac. But before the quarterback situation with UT, y'all don't think he was kind of forced to leave because of Archie Manning?
Well, ain't no doubt. It was Archie. Archie was going to start regardless. That's just what it was.
You were only going to get so many. Like, he had his opportunities to get the job done. And like you had to know, like when Archie Manning signed with Texas, you knew it was a year or two away from him having to be booted out if it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to look. The writing was on the wall. Like ain't nobody gonna give up this generational talent that's about to come through here, knowing that Archie may play 1 year, 2 years, be done. But we got to see what the young man can do now, being full-time reigns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because ain't no telling what he getting paid.
That's true.
Yeah. I hear all money.
It ain't close to what he's going to inherit down the road.
Oh, you got you got a response to that, Willow, right there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I hear you, but $8 million, I'm gonna take that. And the only reason why, because
all day,
whatever I was gonna get this year, I was gonna get next year.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? Unless I just turn that around and have an amazing year, I was gonna get this year what I got next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt.
And you know those boosters was looking at, well, not the boosters, but the Mannings was looking at them boosters like, hey, y'all need to get on the good foot. And I'm sure them boosters talked to Sarkisian and was like, hey, we need to go ahead and get this boy rolling.
Right.
They want to see.
You're gonna be gone.
Hey, and I think it's right too. It's only right. Like they gave Quinn had 3 years. Like, hey man, look, you had 3 years. It's time to move on.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it is at them type programs. Think of how Alabama was. You got 3 years. You didn't see a whole lot of 4-year starters, 5-year players. Like you got 3 years. That money got to go to somebody else.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, he's got quality wins. Like he'll be a beloved Texas quarterback just because what he did in his and who he beat. It's just it's just an asterisk. Like he didn't pull off the Vince Young. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go win it all. But like he still won a lot of games, put Texas back in the driver's seat to be a contender every year now. So now
he'll never pay for a meal. He'd never pay for a meal in Austin.
Yeah.
Ever.
Wait, what do you got? What he took it to what, the semifinals 2 years in a row? When it wasn't relevant at all?
Yeah.
So
when they were from out of nowhere.
But them UT fans are ungrateful though, Willow.
I say, hey.
They just so ungrateful, man. You know,
that's how you gonna do us. That's how you gonna do us.
From J Matt to Tom, y'all, they say Willow.
Well, they never appreciated him, B. Rise. They never appreciated him, B. Rise. And rightfully so, B. Rise. Rightfully so. You know, when you get a Manning coming in the house, a Manning gonna play. I don't care if it's Ted Manning, Michael Manning,
Juju Manning.
It don't matter.
Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
Nah, that's real talk though, man. So okay, let's move on to the big controversy, man. Everybody making a big deal about what happened with Prime, Son, and with Shador and all that type of situation. I already gave my opinion about it. I'm gonna let y'all talk about it. I already gave my opinion about it. You can look at this on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just go look and see what I had to say. But I'm gonna start with you, Coach. What was your thought about it? Do you think it was some sort of collusion? Do you think it was racist? Do you think it was we just don't want confident black guys in the NFL? Or you think they just sick of Prime? Or was it just really just a bit bad QB class because the third QB didn't get selected till later on? It was like maybe it was just a bad QB class.
I mean, like just breaking it down from different outlooks, different lenses, right? So you can argue about the first pick, right? But then you start looking at the picks, how they go. And then, people, all the theories start coming out. And from my view, when we were sitting there on Friday and Saturday, it got kind of like, it was almost like clickbait and just talking to talk. Like there was guys getting drafted while they were still talking about he's still on the board, which I get. It's a big name. Everybody's been trying to see it. But I think, hey, again, I don't know everything about the NFL and will ever claim to be, but it is a different game in the NFL, right? And so when you see this, you got to think about, I don't think it was a race issue. I think it was outside the box of how did he interview? How did he present himself in these teams that he met with? You know what I'm saying? Like these teams are about to spend a lot of money on you if you get drafted high, right? So for me, I felt bad for him to drop that far, but at the same time, you know, there's two sides to the story. Could it be everything that led up to this point? You know, not really, not doing the combine, not competing in that, only, you know, choosing what you wanted to do. You know, was it the presentation? I don't know, but he fell to that round for some reason. It could have been a couple of things that came together and put him in that fifth round, but he got drafted, right? That's the main thing. But what will be the interesting story is he's either going to prove the narrative wrong, or he's going to give the media and tell it, and everybody's going to say, "I told you so." And so we're going to find out after every time they have, you know, the rookie mini camp. That's going to be our first insight on how's it going. Now, do you get me wrong? Does it make sense that he went to Cleveland with 5 quarterbacks? I mean, that's 5 quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? At very different ages from top to bottom. So you know somebody going into preseason ain't gonna be there. You know
somebody ain't gonna make it to the preseason.
Somebody gonna make it. So it's gonna be interesting to see that competition. And I get everybody, you know, buys into it. I wish they wouldn't have hyped it as much, but they needed something. I just felt like all the analysts just kept trying to pinpoint, you know, when the Steelers pick came up, and like, oh, they could take him here at this pick. Man, they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their reasons for not. They had a reason. There was a reason why. Now, if the NFL colluded and did that, it'll be the greatest documentary ever told, you know, years down the road. But we'll just see. Like, I'm rooting for him. Like, you got to root for the young man because he's stepping into the limelight that if he already has the name. Obviously, he's got the skill set. So let's find out if he can do it. Let's find out.
I'm with you. What you think about that talk?
Man, I'm gonna keep mine short. Honestly, I don't know, man, because you never know with these NFL owners when they get together and they, you know, owners meetings and stuff up in New York, what they talking about, what they discuss. I mean, if you look at it, who did the Saints draft that quarterback? What was his name? Tyler
Show, man. Yeah. Tyler Show, like 25 years old. Like 6 years.
Yeah, 7 years. He was I forgot what college, 2018. 7 years.
Yeah, Oregon, Texas Tech.
Oregon, Dylan Gabriel, 6 years. He's been playing since 2019.
Yeah.
So teams. And I don't know, man. They took Shador. I thought Shador was probably going to go in the second round. Somebody was just going to snatch him up. Maybe like Los Angeles Rams. That's why I was thinking who was going to get him to sit behind Stafford, because Stafford probably had about 1 or 2 years left.
Yeah, he ain't got long.
Sit behind Stafford and just mold behind Stafford and take over. But I don't know, man. It's just it was weird, but I won't be surprised if these owners had a little something to say, man. Especially with New York Giants, man. They always had it for Dion from back in the past anyway. Yeah. So
now it was a story came out. It was a story came out about the Giants, right? I read this online, and it came from one of the Giants websites. It was said that the head coach was really upset because he gave Shador a package to memorize or to know, and when he came in for the interview, he knew none of it. And when coach called him out, he got an attitude with him. He got mad at him.
Yeah.
So
you don't think they may have called everybody else and said,
"Oh man, you a high school coach. Coaches talk like a motherfucker. Them group chats is long."
Yeah. the only other way you also think about it, and if you throw this in the ranks, was the NFL or whatever setting tone for how uncontrolled chaos NCAA is right now, with how much power the athlete has in college compared to when you come to NFL. Are they setting precedent like you can go negotiate and hold teams, you know, to the fire to get the money, but here in the NFL, there's a way we go about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like they can set precedent on what's to come. Like, don't come up here thinking you're gonna get drafted because you've had your way at your school and got all this money. Now there's still a process and tradition that the NFL is gonna stand by.
Right. Yeah,
but they didn't do that.
Oh,
They didn't do that to. I was about to say they didn't do that to John Elway and Eli Manning.
Willow,
Different
peep this out,
time.
Willow. Listen, Willow, big bro. Repeat 902 names again. Who just said?
Eli Manning and John Elway.
enough said.
We rise on.
Enough said.
I'm gonna start with this, J Mac. I think when we were coming out, when he went to Jackson State, you know, with him, Hunter. Well, Hunter's a dog. He can ball out from HBC. It don't matter where he's at. He's just that kid. You know, I think look what he did when he made it to Colorado. He put up big numbers, but look at the teams he put those numbers up against. When they competition, matter of fact, look at that Oregon game.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, just look at a team that had like a backbone. He didn't do too good. And
I'll ask the question: Would he put up the same stats that Cam Ward did in Miami?
That's a good question.
But Cam didn't win nothing.
I mean, does the schools really make a difference though?
Yeah.
I mean, look at Ben. Okay, prime example: Ben Roethlisberger. What school he came out of? University, Miami at Ohio.
Miami, Ohio. But we're
Matt
talking
Thomas.
about. But we're talking about in a different. This is the game has changed since he played. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody goes. You go play in the SEC now. Well, everybody was coming to Alabama, Georgia, like you know where the talent pool. Now you had your
Right.
you know Cinderella athletes that came out, but like level of competition has to mean something. Like
it means a lot.
I don't think. Look at Matt Jones from Alabama. What is he? He first round. Look at him. He on this.
Didn't he
third
win a
season
national
now.
championship?
He won that championship, Tom.
Did he win the national championship or did the team win the championship?
Was he the quarterback?
Do you think he carried
was.
Alabama on his back?
He was, but he was still the number one pick. But here's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying. Hey, I'm being for real.
I am too. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is take a guy like a Marshall Faulk.
Okay, San Diego State.
Okay. He rushed for 300 yards against a damn good Miami defense. It didn't matter who he played against, he's putting up numbers. Let's go look at LaDainian Thomas in the WAC.
Yep.
Hey, he's putting up numbers against whoever. I think numbers matter to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But I also think that when it comes to the NFL, there are other things that come into play. He hasn't won a big game. Name me his signature win where you said he's arrived. At Jackson State, he didn't win the Celebration Bowl.
Nope. 2
He got
times.
shut out.
0-2.
He goes to Colorado. They go 5-5. Yes, good turnaround. That's good. They go to the bowl game. They didn't win the bowl game. He has no signature win.
No solidified.
And I don't care what you say or how you say it. At the end of the day, you remember quarterbacks for a signature win. Cam Ward won at Miami, but he also turned around Washington State.
Yep.
So you also got to think about this year of quarterbacks. It was a lot of quarterbacks, but it was not a lot of NFL teams that needed quarterbacks.
That too.
That's true.
But I still don't get. I still get the Tyler Show getting drafted.
Well, okay. Let me hit you with that one, Coach. Let me hit you with that one. Did they draft him as a starter or as a backup?
Huh?
Yeah.
They drafted him as back. Yeah. Well, depending on what happens with Derek Carr.
Same with Dylan Gabriel, right?
That's fine, but that's fine. That's fine. Whatever happens to Derek Carr. But I can almost guarantee you, Show probably ain't gonna be their first choice to roll out.
Oh, there ain't no way. But I think you could have got a better quality quarterback to be in a role player or backup.
But who is that guy?
I mean,
was it Shador? Was it Shador?
It could have been Shador. Could have been the Ohio State quarterback who won a national championship. You know what I'm saying? Who had a
Hey, I like that dude. I like that.
Okay,
dude.
but here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. When quarterbacks are some of the hardest position to project.
True.
What they're gonna be and what they're not gonna be. a guy that's at Ohio State where they're consistently have number one pick quarterbacks now, the question you have to ask is he a system quarterback or is he really that good? Because what quarterback that has came out of Ohio State has led you anywhere?
I mean, CJ Stroud has had a little success early at the Texans.
Right, but that's probably the only one that you can name.
For a while.
And then you got to go back to Bobby Horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah, that's wild.
that's tough.
That is tough, man.
You see what I'm saying? So let's look at the history of these programs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to start looking at what these NFL people looking at. I mean, could it be, I'm not going to throw out race because that's the easy way to go.
Yeah.
The NFL is so much more than that. When what, 31, 80, almost 90% of the first round draft pick was black?
Yeah.
How is it going to be racist just for you?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the first pick of the draft is a quarterback who happens to be
play
black.
that position, coach. It's probably what 20. It's probably 20 black starting quarterbacks in the NFL that's black.
Yeah.
You're in the teams for sure.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I'm throwing out numbers. I could be wrong, guys. So don't hold me to it. But I'm just saying that I can't run to the race card. What I can run to is how people may perceive him to be both on and off the field. And y'all know, just like anything else, if y'all are sitting there watching and this man goes to this interview and had his interview with the Giants, he even came out and said, I wish I would have done things different. I would have done things different. I wish I would have done things different. And that could be one of him. But what I find to be in that is already showing the leadership qualities of, hey, I made a mistake as it pertains to my own career. Let me do right by that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think at the end of the day, Cleveland may be the best place for him.
Now let me ask you this, and this for all y'all. Is it a possibility that he dropped because of his all that comes with him and the position that he plays?
Exactly.
Like would the NFL give a damn if a wide receiver was a diva or if a cornerback was a diva or a DN or a linebacker?
I mean,
let me go first.
You never know. I mean,
go ahead, B-Raj.
But J-Mac, let me just say with J-Mac, but with that situation, would it be different? It'd be a lot different, but let's be real, J-Mac. When we look at we say he's confident, but when you look at him, he has the attitude of, hey, I done already made it. Like I said, he put up at campus with a Range Rover truck. It's like if you look at him, he has the attitude like, hey, I done already made it. I don't need a job. And if I'm good whether I play in the NFL or not. And that's how his demeanor is. That's my opinion, Jay. But at the same time, I mean, is he good? Yes. Is he headache good? Like John Elway, like Willow said earlier? No, of course not.
All right. I guess what I'm saying is, what off the field has Shedeur done to make you say, oh, we can't draft him because he's a problem? Have we heard about him getting arrested?
No. It's the interview part.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's what they said. They saying that when you see his interview, even like when have y'all seen his interview at the combine that he did, the press conference that he did? Like,
Yeah.
now he gave off some bad vibes, and I saw that then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But what I'm saying is, like I get that, and I ain't, man, I think at some point you got to realize what's the character and what's the person.
Yeah.
But do you want your QB being a character? See, I don't want my QB. I want my QB to be the QB.
I want my QB to win. I want my QB to be able to lead. I want my QB to be able to.
Do you want him to be the face of your franchise?
He may not be.
You got to be.
But he doesn't have to be. Why does he have to be?
What franchise? What franchise?
Was Trent Dilfer the franchise of the Bucks?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Was Trent Dilfer? I mean, was he? Who's the quarterback when the Ravens won the Super Bowl?
Trent Dilfer.
Dilfer. Yeah.
Joe Flacco.
But that was Ray Lewis.
Dilfer was just a
But
bus driver
it
for the
doesn't
49ers.
matter. It doesn't matter. Your quarterback does not have to be the face of your team. You want him to be because that's the position and that's what society has said. But you can, you can go, okay, let's use Sock for an example. Or let's use Estacado for an example. Who's their quarterback?
Who's
No,
that?
I'm sorry, North Shore. Who's their quarterback? They have different quarterbacks. Demetrius was 1 year. Such and such was 1 year. I'm saying that sometimes your quarterback does not have to be the face of your program. Your quarterback could be very much just be a manager. And to me, that's what I'm asking is what has Shedeur done but turn around programs? Just despite everything else, he has turned around programs. And maybe, Jackson State that don't know, Colorado ain't had a winning season in forever.
But
is it turned around?
Don't you throw Travis Hunter in that mix? Because Travis Hunter, it wasn't just Shedeur, it was Travis Hunter. It was Travis Hunter,
correct,
too.
But as we say, that was my quarterback. Despite all this and everything we've been saying, nobody has mentioned Travis Hunter until now. We have been talking about.
That's because we were talking about.
But what I'm saying is when you talk about, if you talk about Colorado right now, everybody know who's Travis Hunter is.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Heisman Trophy winner.
Correct. Yeah, everybody knows who that is, but nobody's going to say Travis Hunter is the reason why they turned that program around. They're going to start with the quarterback because every program that gets turned around, you start with the quarterback.
Yeah.
Now I tell you what.
In that sense, but you may start with it, but it didn't end with it.
No, but because of him, you got a Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to think about because of Shedeur, you got a Travis Hunter. You got to think about you still had a Joe Horn that got drafted. Like because of him, you got this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe those kids don't come if it ain't for him.
Now, I don't think about that, Willow, is I think the Heisman committee.
I get your
point. I think the NFL. I think the Heisman committee and the NFL kind of told you who turned that program around.
No, listen. I'm not saying Travis Hunter didn't turn the program around. That's not what I'm saying. Like there are a lot of people who have went on to win the Heisman. Like Rashawn Salam at Colorado won the Heisman, but a lot of people talked about was Cardale Stewart.
Yep.
Okay.
I get it.
It's a slippery slope either way. Look at me. I like the approach you had with it. I just think at the end of the day, all our answers are going to be made in the next 3 to 6 months.
I'm happy for him, and I think to be honest with y'all, if you're asking me, it's the perfect opportunity for him to show what he could do without his daddy in one of the worst situations he could be in.
Yeah. I think this is the adversity. This is where they say y'all heard the old saying, right? Adversity builds character.
It introduces man to his true self. So who he's truly gonna be is gonna be in this situation right here. And I think it's up to him, and that's the beauty of it. It's all on him to change the perception of what people say about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if at the end of the day, the Coach Lynn said something good. But at the end of the day, if the Browns organization and the guys that's on that team take him under his wing and guide him along, then it's all gonna work out. They just got a quarterback at a lesser pick, but he can end up being the franchise quarterback down the road, and it all worked out.
And it all works out, man. So that's the beauty of it. I mean, shoot, the Browns said they got it for cheap.
Man, the Browns didn't even look excited about that. Did y'all see that video of the room after you saw that, Chopper?
I'm saying that.
No, the GM didn't even crack a smile, bro. Like he looked like
they knew that.
He didn't want to make that pick.
No, he looked like your kid.
Quarterbacks.
You know how when you make your kid do something.
Yeah.
And you tell your kid you go do it and you better like it. That's what that GM look like.
Bro, he
You going
looked
to
like he
church.
didn't know he was being fan. Like he got exposed, man.
Right. You see that tongue? Yeah, he did.
No, he looked so miserable.
But because you got to think about it like this. You got to think about it like this. What did Prime say? There was no way that his son was going to play for Cleveland.
Right. You're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
it's a
assuming he
lot
didn't
of.
want to draft him.
Okay, no, your son don't want to come here. Cool.
I think so, J-Man. That's right. I agree. He didn't want to draft him.
He didn't want to draft, but they came from the owner. I think the owner, because the media, and this is the power of the media that people don't like to talk about, and this is what the same thing with Coach White was saying, because the media seemed to be putting pressure on Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Like they would not stop. They had Mike Tomlin. I saw an interview with Mike Tomlin during the draft, and he looked miserable.
I saw they were going to take him with the 21st pick.
How happy was he that Shador went off the board?
He probably was relieved. I don't even think he was happy, Coach.
It's kind of like they're playing tennis back and forth. It's in your court. You know, my back to you.
Right. That's what it was.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like when you watch that thing, it makes me think that GM, either that GM is not going to be there very long, or Shador ain't going to be there very long.
Damn.
Or they both gonna be there.
Let's look at it like this though. I'm gonna hit you out to another way to look at it. The guy he worked out with that trains him was a 5th round draft pick.
You talking about TB12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, did you see the rumors? Because TB got part ownership in the Raiders.
Yeah.
So why he didn't put a strong arm down?
No, maybe TB
They got
to go. Go ahead.
Because
White, I'm gonna let you answer that. I don't know. Coach White, you go ahead and answer that one. I'm gonna sit on the sideline on that.
I mean, you would think with Pete Carroll coming in and bringing Geno from the Seahawks, I mean, there was an opportunity, but who did they draft a quarterback? Did the Raiders?
No,
I don't think the Ravens took a quarterback. No.
So who's their backups?
It's Geno and them. It's Geno and them.
Yeah, Geno Smith. He QB1.
Yeah. But it ain't like and this all I'm saying is you brought up TB12 and everybody kept talking about, well, Tom Brady trained Shiloh, but Shador, he trained him, and I'm like, okay, but he's part owner of the Raiders, and they didn't sniff at him.
Nope.
Wow. So what?
Well, maybe he wanted to show there wasn't no nepotism on his part.
Oh, now we know that ain't how the world works. We know that ain't how it worked.
The Raiders drafted North Dakota State quarterback.
Oh,
so I mean, they gotta do from what
He was nice. Cause I remember when they played Colorado earlier this season. Like he gave Colorado a run for their money.
They did go get one. Now was it before?
It wasn't Shador.
Yeah, he ain't better than Shador though.
It wasn't Shador, right?
You right?
That man is a winner, Tonka. Don't you do that about that man. That man
every year. That man was in Frisco every year playing for a championship.
Yeah, you don't gonna do him like that now. Yeah. Come on, man.
What's that?
Man is
1AA national champions.
Hey, whatever it is, winners win, baby.
Winners win, Coach. Ask Coach White, he know.
I ain't gonna argue on that one.
Yeah, but Coach King, shout out to you, man. That's my guy, Coach King. But hey, I know that's a key word, but you think Tom Brady opinion don't carry heavy in that organization?
I mean, as long as Al Davis there, I think he may take some information, but it's still Al Davis's team.
Al dead. His son don't know nothing. His son can't even get a decent haircut.
Boy, it's something crazy, boy.
He old look crazy here. He can't even find a barber. You think I want him pick as a player?
I think TB12 just got that money from Dion just to train his son and call it a day.
Man, that's
was.
it. I think that was a photo op. I think they were double photo ops. That's it.
That's it. Nothing personal.
Yeah. I think they were a double photo op, man. That was just like a, you know what I'm saying? You know, well, yeah, I give you some hype, you know. We'll let the people think what they think. But when they asked Brady, do you think we should draft him? He like, well, you know, that North Dakota quarterback.
Right. So
They would have
that North Dakota kid a winner, J Mac.
I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him,
man.
I ain't mad at it. I'm just saying. We gotta go by what we know, right?
And how many draft picks Saints had that they could have took Shador?
Shit, they had a lot of chances.
Listen, man, they said it ain't enough room in New Orleans for the Bayou Classic and Essence and Shador Sanders.
Kelly Winslow said, hell no, I ain't putting up with no Sanders.
So let me ask this, Willow. How many man, say, man. Say, man, how much blame put on Dion for his son getting drafted? I mean, do Dion take any blame in this?
Well, yeah, he said he take all the blame, but that's fine. My whole thing is if you that good, you getting drafted, dog. Because the one thing Willow know this, Coach White know this, talent runs everything in the NFL.
Yeah.
Long as you ain't got nothing where you finna go to jail tomorrow. if the talent is there, they give you, bro. They drafted you.
Yeah, it may not be where you like it, but you're gonna get drafted somewhere along in them 7 rounds. Somebody gonna take you.
Everybody knew Johnny Manziel was an alcoholic. Fuck up.
Baker Mayfield too.
Already played his role in them interviews, though.
Yeah. Well, he did.
Where did Johnny go? Where did Johnny go? Where did Johnny go?
Johnny went to Cleveland because that's what Cleveland was.
Okay, hold on. When did nobody want Deshaun, where did Deshaun go?
He went to Cleveland.
Well, all careers die.
They should have brought the massage parlors there. It probably would have kept the show going.
I'm just saying. Cleveland might be the place where the strong get weak and the weak die.
Weak die. Boy, y'all wow.
Hey, Baker got good after he left Cleveland.
Yeah.
But he was good enough to get, but he was good enough to get out.
Yeah. and they got a whole video of Baker getting tackled by the police.
Yeah, that's
that wasn't Baker, that was a stunt double.
And he went first overall.
That was a stunt double, gentlemen. Stunt double. Okay.
Dude, that police officer did a perfect Gatorade tackle. He got him good too. Caught him running.
That wasn't a sack. That was a personal foul. Okay. It's all subjective. How you look at it. All right.
Washington, Houston, man, they ain't been right since.
Anyway, that's all I'm saying, man. Is we got to look at it, the totality of it. And I always feel like the NFL is all about talent, man. And when you got it, they gonna get you. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know. But shout out to everybody that went, man. That was a good conversation. Other than that was pretty much what the draft stuff, man. It was interesting. It was interesting. I thought it was a little shallow. Went to Tampa Bay. Why Cleveland didn't get shallow?
Maybe he's a better fit in Tampa Bay. Where'd you rather go?
I think he's gonna do all right though.
I like.
Where'd you want to go?
Yeah, I think he's gonna do all right. The younger brother, I think he should do. The safety, he's gonna do all right.
He ain't younger. He older.
He's older.
No, I'm saying that. I think he gonna play. I think he's gonna play.
Yeah, I think he'll make the team.
Yeah, I think he's gonna make the team.
Special teams.
Yeah, he'll be a special team demon.
If you can find a way to get on special teams in the NFL, you can find the roster.
Oh yeah,
it's true.
That's real talk. That's real talk. That's dope, man. All right, man. That's good draft talk. I like that. I like that. Willow, you good with the draft talk?
I'm good with the draft talk.
Hey, man, let's holler at some spring talk, man. Can we get some high school spring talk, man? What's going on? I'm gonna play this clip, man, because I got to give a shout out. If you got a nice highlight from spring practice, spring game, send it to somebody from the Dub. We're gonna play it because I love this. I'm telling you, man, I be jonesing for football. So let me play this. This is our man, Sarai Baker out of DeSoto. You better look at this, Coach White, because y'all gonna be seeing him. Y'all gonna be seeing him week 2. Week 2. I'm just trying to say. I know.
There you go, boy. You can't help yourself.
I can't help myself.
Try to stir it up. He's trying to stir the pot.
We just said,
I trust me. I know Coach Harris already got him on the radar. I already. I was sure though. Shout out to Sarai though, man.
This year, boy. A lot of that this year.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't.
Coach White trying
know.
to figure out how he can coach him. That's all he doing.
I'll be honest, man. I mean, shout out to Sarai, but we went through this last time. But like the Soto practice, no defense during the spring. They just don't care.
Oh. Coach White just say he ain't worried about no defense right there. He's just trying to figure out how he gets him man from point A to point B fast. Yeah.
We just worried about ourselves, man. I'll leave it at that. We just worried about us.
Hey, speaking of running back, because y'all did lose 2. Y'all did lose 2 good ones.
We did. We lost two great. I think I'll tell people all the time. We had probably the best running back room in the nation. All 3 of them. But
I agree.
But KB has put on that offseason weight that we needed. He's looking good. We got some young cats to compliment him. But I think we'll have a solid room again. I mean, you can never try to replicate what you had with Duty and Bray, but I think we're never gonna hurt in the running back room in North Crowley.
There you go, Coach. You let them know. You just saying you reload. That's all.
Well, we know. That is DeSoto West.
I mean, Coach, if you look at because I went to y'all practice facilities at a tournament.
Yeah.
Y'all got 10 football fields. You got 30 weight rooms.
Boy.
You got 2 freshman high schools. I mean, shit. Y'all got a whole apartment complex in y'all backyard of y'all high school. Y'all building.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, the future is bright.
The future.
right.
The future. Like it's futuristic over there, man. They got so much going on.
It's not like Disney World.
That's exactly what it is. Y'all building a Crowley compound. Like that's a real live compound. It's almost on the verge of being cultish. You know what I mean?
It's A1 self, baby. That's A1 self, man.
Right.
That's A1. So, but now I do got a question though, Coach. I mean, since that's your room, man. Is the Ingram kid, Keontae Ingram, is he ready? Is he gonna be ready to take over that role? Because those are big shoes, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, I thought Cornelius Warren was the most underrated back for the last 2-3 years in Texas. Now I ain't gonna lie.
3 easy, yeah.
No, for sure. Like with Duty, I mean, people realize he ran for 945 yards in the playoffs, 6 games. Like playoff Duty was for real. Like, I mean, if you came to the Coppell game, Allen game, Duncanville game, I thought, when his coach at UNLV took the Purdue job, I thought for sure, I was like, man, somebody gonna come and get him in Texas. Somebody gonna not let this man walk anywhere else. But you know what? Talking to him week to week, he's doing his thing in Arizona. I think him and Bray are gonna play in some capacity as true freshmen, just because they're just the dynamic of those two dudes right there were just different. Like, I mean, Duty may have been 170, but that dude played like he was 220. You know what
He
I'm saying?
did,
Like,
because he runs behind his pass, man.
yes, I mean, you see some of his highlights in the playoffs. He's throwing dudes off of him and bucking boys, and it's like, oh, this dude is strong. I mean, he's a 500-pound spotter. Like, that duty was for sure underrated. But with KB, man, I mean, I think he played a little bit in the playoffs as a freshman, but I mean, the dude was pretty much player of the game in the Allen when we played Allen in the fourth round.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's when people are like, wait a minute, that's the third guy they talking about? Yep. And so, like, for him, he's had a great offseason. He's having a great spring so far. Dude has a high IQ of knowledge in what we're doing offensively. I think by the end, I mean, when it's all said and done, he's going to put his name in the record books in the stat sheet for North Crowley. You know what I'm saying? He's got 2 more years, and sky's the limit in what's going to happen with him. But he is ready to take the reins. I mean, a lot of people don't realize how much we counted on him at certain moments. I mean, for instance, the Duncanville game, him being the lead blocker, in the last 3 minutes of the game. Like, ain't too many sophomores you count on to get the job done, at that moment in time to get to the state championship game. So, I mean, he's been put through the fire, and so he is definitely ready to take the reins in the 26th season. And so the kid's even a better dude outside of football. Like, he's always want to do something. He's training. He's wanting to get better, not only with us, but outside of school. And I mean, his pop stays on him. So I'm not worried about KB ever.
He's sort of a kind of like a Pee Wee legend too, right? Like, he coming up. Yeah.
I saw him play. So him, Jeremy, and Big D, they all played on the same Little League team together. They all packed prime. They beat Boogie and them.
Yeah.
In the state championship game. Well, no, they lost to Black Jesus in the state championship game.
Yeah. Well, everybody loses to Black Jesus.
Yeah.
That's true.
So no, the KB will be definitely be taking the reins this year, but it'll be great. Like, we're excited about where we're going with this thing in our operations.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him take over, man. But even though I know, y'all had the other freshman, I forget his name. I think he was number 15. They kind of had him playing running back. I mean, wide receiver, but he's a running back though, right?
No, he's a receiver that just happened. He's just an athlete that we put in the backfield.
Oh, okay.
When we were banged up a little bit through the midseason. That's Cade Smith. Joker can go. I mean, he started off on the freshman team, then came to our JV team. I mean, by that time, it was like, if you dominate on those 2 levels, you might as well. It's time to move on. And shoot, I think I want to say it was the Boswell game. I think he kicked it off for us and he scored. And he's an athlete, but he plays slot receiver for us though.
Hey, y'all punter coming back?
No, he was a senior.
The one that your trick play punter.
Yeah, no, he's a senior. He was a
senior. Yeah, he can run too.
Yeah, he's going to play, I think, somewhere in the West. NAIA Division III school, Malachi.
Okay. Yeah.
I do think Allen gonna be really good next year.
Yeah,
I do. I think Allen gonna be really good. I see him up there already. We'll see you again next year. A's up. Yeah, Allen gonna be good. Yeah, no, Allen gonna be good. I like what Allen got going on up there. But I also like what's going on out west in Goon City. Y'all already know that. But y'all already know I love me some Goon City, man. They represent. Now, I got me a new team out west. They ain't out farther west, but the Mansfield Timberview is coming, baby. Get ready.
Some track times looking good.
Yeah. You gonna see B Rise. He ain't gonna be talking about Lake Ridge too much.
Hey, B Rise. Speaking of, we hired one of your assistant coaches from Lake Ridge, Cortez, basketball.
That's actually that's my best friend.
Okay.
Victor Cortez. Yeah. That's I've known him since 2010.
Okay.
That's my dog.
He the head basketball coach at Singleville?
Yeah, he just got the job. Yeah.
Yep, we worked together at Hillsborough, and then we worked 2 years together at Louisville. He was basketball though, but I've known him. He was my dog. That's my dog.
Oh, what's up? Congrats. I got one question for you, Coach. Y'all losing y'all OC. Y'all losing QB. Y'all losing star receiver. So what can we expect from the offense this year? It's coming up this year.
So you got Coach Park, who he was a co-OC last year, and he stepped into the role full time now. Everybody, you can't try to replicate what you just did. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the mentality of, if it ain't broke, you need to break it. And so we'll look different. Coach Park, highly knowledgeable, coached in the college ranks. He's a Chris Ross guy. So I mean, he has done. Obviously, he was the O-line coach, but now he's calling the whole thing. His philosophy is going to take us to the next step of where we want to be in 26 with a young cast of receivers from across the board. You know what I'm saying? All those guys will be sophomores. You know what I'm saying? So being able to adapt to what they do well. Obviously, we got Turntine at left tackle, so we got some experience there. And then developing the quarterback is going to be huge. You lose essentially a 4-year starter in Chris Jimerson, who if he was about 3 inches taller, he'd be a 4 or 5 star in my opinion, just because he can with just what he did over his time. But I think North Crowley's we're going to be who we are, and what we're going to do is put the product out there that's going to lead us to where we want to be again in 26. And so. Taking it day by day and 1%, getting better with Coach Park, and I mean he's throwing a lot at our young guys, but you got to put them under fire now. You can't wait. Now with those 2 scrimmages, that'll definitely give us some great evaluation going in. So that's kind of where we're at this moment in time.
Who is y'all scrimmages, Coach?
Trinity, then Allen. We'll go to Trinity, and then Allen comes to us.
I'm surprised y'all still doing that scrimmage, man, considering y'all meet in the playoffs.
Yeah, y'all don't get there yet. Y'all
meet the playoffs the last 2 years. That's kind of wild, but hey, if they want to do it, I ain't mad at them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they
ain't mad at them all.
They definitely plotting, boy.
It's kind of set in stone, so it's like, maybe after this year, the next 2-year cycle, we'll change it up. But I mean, you're talking about Trinity, who's in the mix in their district, and Allen, who's in the top of their district. So I mean, it's nice to kind of see, especially when you have a younger team in certain areas, you get to find out.
I got a little question. I don't know if you can answer this. I know you do a lot of strength and conditioning, but why is North Crowley track team not good?
I think not the portal, early enrollees is hurting us. I think that's killing track in general, because I think after your junior year, if you're going to play college football, you're going to go sign it early so you can get paid, and you're going to get that semester of college in at the same time and be ahead of the game. Spring practice before your other recruits come in. So I think it's going to kill track for the time being. Because I mean, if Q, Bray, Jimerson, Duty all stay,
that track team be good.
That track team is different. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about all guys that are running in the 10s. Like it's a no where it's going to be. But I think what was hurting, if you don't catch them after the junior year, you ain't gonna have them as a senior in the spring. You just not in today's climate.
Unless they're big time track athletes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So, but even Bray was 10-3 FAT, and he was gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, he knew he was going to be a football player.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If your primary sport is football, and you know what you're going to get when you sign that scholarship, I mean, it's hard to tell a young man, hey, just hold on till the summertime. Now, man, we know if you can get ahead of the game, go now. Get them credits and enroll early in January, big dog.
Yeah, I know my man Pastor.
That pay to start playing.
Oh yeah, get that NIL. Go ahead. I ain't mad at nobody for taking the money. But I know Pastor Tutson, man. That's our track guy. he always like to correlate, the great track teams that usually have really good football teams. And it seems like the exception to that has been North Crowley and Sock. Pretty much. Everybody else have pretty good track teams. I mean,
Yeah.
So
I'm sure Lakers ran through the district and area track meet for the most part.
no, Lake Ridge killing it. And my man Matt Stepp said he think Lake Ridge gonna make the playoffs next year. So
Yeah.
So we gonna see. We gonna see.
For
We
sure.
gonna see. I'm telling y'all gonna see B Ride with a Timberwolves shirt on.
He go,
he gonna be rocking that Timberwolves t-shirt. But I like to see it though, man. But other than that, man, what you got going on in the spring? Do you have a second sport you coach, or you just strictly football?
No, I did. I helped out with track.
Okay. Oh,
Helped out with track.
Oh, you doing strength and condition? Do you do all season?
Yeah, we do. I help out our the guy who runs it. I'll do the conditioning part this summer. Once we get that rolling. So I'm still in the capacity strength conditioning. But I'm focusing more on the conditioning side right now as we get going this summer, getting this right.
Okay. I like that. Anything else y'all got for Coach?
I got one more question for you, Coach, before I let you go. What's your role as the brand ambassador for the Texas High School Football Association? What's your actual responsibilities?
So it's promoting obviously our great profession across the state. There's like a multitude of things you got to do in the guidelines of what they want us to do, but promoting, putting out any information prior to public knowledge and getting it out to maybe using your social media platform, obviously, to reach other coaches that may come across a repost or they follow you. Also trying to retain, it's different than when I got in the profession back in 2013, where it was hard to get a job. So you had to really know somebody. But now, we're trying to keep coaches here. And so this brand ambassador is more so promoting that plus retaining, plus, I got to give out, I'll use the platform now. I got to give out 5 free memberships to maybe a middle school coach, a high school coach who's probably like maybe in swimming, a sports that we really don't discuss or talk about, and get them down to our convention in the summertime, because we do. I don't think people realize how much clinics and sessions there are for other sports out there besides the main attractions of track, football, basketball out there. And so, or maybe someone who just hasn't been, because if your district doesn't pay for it, it's kind of tough to drop that $70 membership plus getting a hotel plus getting down there. You know what I'm saying? Especially far away. So if y'all know anybody or anybody's watching that's a member or hasn't been a member of THCA but wants to be a part of it, wants to see what Coaching School is all about, I think it's a great time right before the school year kicks off to fellowship with everybody, learn, connect, network. And that's another part of that brand ambassadors networking with there's coaches in the brand ambassador who are in the Panhandle or out in West in El Paso or in South Texas. You know what I'm saying? So I get to meet some pretty cool people. And every month we have different things where you'll see me put out. They have a Google sheet where we know how many posts we need to do, the tags and everything else. But I think it's a neat ordeal to be a part of, and this is my second year doing it. So I'm excited to see where we can try to take this thing and be able to keep promoting our great profession, because with everything that's been going on education wise down in Austin, we have to do our part as coaches and keep promoting our brand of football and what we do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I like that. Coach, what are your aspirations right now? I know you're a young coach, but you kind of been in the game for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Or are you looking like, is one of your aspirations to be a head coach in high school, or are you more thinking you're a college kind of person?
Right now, I'm in the high school ranks. This is where my calling is right now. But you can ask somebody that now, and in 6 months your life can change with one phone call, because everybody has connections. But yeah, I have aspirations to be a head coach one day. And and being under Coach Ray Gates, I mean, you know him personally, so when I say like to be under somebody like him and seeing how he's brought the program where it is now and where he's continuing to take it. I mean, it's just an opportunity that you can't pass up. And so learning from him and just not even talking X and O's, but just listening to how he talks and how he wants to grow us as coaches and where he sees things. And he talks about us things about how he processes everything that goes on behind the scenes that we may not even see that he's dealing with. And so being able to be under him right now is definitely huge for my career, and definitely a lot of things that he has done that I can see myself taking one day if I get the opportunity to, or when I get the opportunity to be a head coach.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you, man. I love watching the young coaches, man, the young homies get their shot. You know what I'm saying? I just like to see it, man. It just brings me joy. I always been the kind of guy. I like the guys that I like to ride with the guys that's trying to get up to the top. You know what I'm saying? That's putting that grind in, putting that work in, man. So I was just wondering, are you actively doing it now? Or you just waiting for the right opportunity? Because I was talking to Matt Stepp, shout out. He said he talked to one of the Wichita Falls coaches. He said he went on 16 interviews. And you got Stu, like 20-something interviews. So, like, have you started that yet, or you still just pretty much learning and getting it together?
Learning and building at the same time. Everybody's path is going to be different. Stu obviously took a minute to get his. Some other coaches, 1 or 2 interviews and they're done. But I think a couple of weeks ago, the Coach Lynn, we were at the district track meet talking about. He was just, when you hear Coach Lynn talk, everybody stops talking. And you just got to be home what he says, and he just talks about, that at a certain point you have a job already. So when you just keep interviewing, you gotta understand that at some point, let's be where we are, and then next year, pick it back up again. So for me right now, it's learning, building my craft. So in the future, if a job that I feel like is attainable or that fits what I like, to be able to go after. But always learning and building at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just check. I know you're a young coach. You still kind of building and learning and all that, but you had a great situation too. So
yeah,
it's probably ain't no rush. You know what I'm saying?
In the game, we all know that everybody wants, like we talk about in the NFL, or winners win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of school districts look at where have you been, where have you learned to win, and how have you done it. So I mean, it speaks volumes in my opinion when it comes to when you're going for jobs, regardless if it's a assistant coordinator head job. You know what I'm saying? There's some rules to exception. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, if you're winning and it's at the right time, you got to strike while you're hot, and and people want that. I mean, we live in this world like media, clicks, all that stuff. It's just different than it was back in the day.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. But hey, man, while you still putting it together, hey, just keep winning. You know what I'm saying? You only got 1 trophy. I know you probably want to get you a couple more rings, add to the finger. Look like an 80s rapper.
I tell people all the time, if I never win one again, I will forever cherish that one for sure.
But you're in the right spot. I got a feeling. Yeah, y'all competing every year for sure. So it's gonna happen, man. And like you say, Ray Gates is like that guy to me, just a natural leader. Yeah, mm-hmm. And the good thing about him that you learn over there under him is his vision is so far beyond just playing football. Yeah. Like he has a big vision. Like he got a vision for how he want his coaches, how he want his coaches to grow, how he want the players to grow, how he want like the program to grow. Like he one of those unique guys that really thinks all the way out. Mm-hmm. So that's a great thing to be able to come from under that. And my guy Coach Harris, because Coach Harris is my guy. You know what I'm saying? You can always learn from under him too, because he was a head coach too, and they both learned from under Coach Lynn. So, you know, so they got it, man.
Coach Harris will call me after work at least 2-3 times a week, just chopping it up. And that's OG. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you're in good company when he just asks you questions that'll make you think. You know, what are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts on that? And it may even not be a long conversation, and he'll just present it to you. And so I'm really thankful for where I am in this moment in time in my career.
Yeah, you definitely in a great spot, man. Ain't no doubt about it, man. But hey, man, we appreciate you coming on, chopping it up with us, man. You know what I'm saying? It was dope having you, not just like a formal interview, but just kind of be able to be a co-host, man, and just sit back and chill and chop it up with us, man. I think it was dope.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. When you hit me, I was in the yard working. I was like, I mean, I ain't got nothing going on, but I'll do it. Y'all gave me an opportunity to be on the platform. And when I was I say young, still young, but when I was still over at Louisville, so I appreciate y'all. And I'm watching every Sunday and Wednesday when y'all are on. So I'm a big fan. And if people ain't watching, man, it's y'all are doing some big things that are great for Texas high school football, not only here but just around the state. Because there's so many people that when you sent that, I was like, hey, watch the Dub podcast for people that people back where my brother is, so it's like it's good to be able to reach out and be on this podcast.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate you, man. You are definitely family to the podcast.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Because you my dog. So you my dog, you family. So you family to the podcast. Always welcome. We got to bring you back on. Cause I do think you have real opinions and real thoughts about stuff outside of where you at, and that's what I always like when I bring in coaches.
Yes,
I like to see what they think outside of where they at.
I thought you was gonna have on the whiteboard hat tonight. Thought you was gonna.
Hey, you know what? I was gonna do it, but I got the head. This is my first time with the headphones, so I wasn't sure. I see how Willow over there rocking the headphones and the hat. So maybe I'll try it next time. Plus, I got a clean shave, man. I'm good today. Hey, Willow be rocking the brand too. So you ain't fooling nobody. We know who made that. Hey, man, any last words before we get out of here, fellas?
No, I'm good, man. Appreciate you coming on, Coach.
Yes, sir. I hope to see y'all maybe this spring before school gets out. I'll definitely see y'all in the season at some point.
Oh, most definitely.
I know y'all.
Hey, we gonna pull up. We somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, man, holla at y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Watch this.
Football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go Hugs. Put in work, go good. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach trying to stand on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay Mack and Swaggy Big, rocking the gear, it's so clean.
Big guys and goes easy, off the easy, push easy. With my steppers, our special kids, making plays so easy. Trying to win, we so greedy. All our fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about their club. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub.